Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Taddy. I hope you like it here. If you do enjoy, please subscribe. Please share with another person. Tell them to subscribe too. And yeah, like the video if you do enjoy it. Yep. And may God bless you all. So my message for today is the true essence of the law. The true essence of the law. The true essence of the commandments. What I'm trying to mean by that, what is the true meaning of the law? Because if you look at it, Jesus came, right, and said, I did not come to abolish the law, but to fulfill it. Jesus never came to destroy the law, but he came to fulfill it. And he lived his life he lived a sinless life. He lived a sinless life. He lived out the whole law, therefore fulfilling out the law. And before he eventually went on to the cross and died for our sins, he had a Sermon on the Mount. And in that Sermon on the Mount, right, like I said, he said things like, I have not come to destroy the law, but to fulfill it. And if you look at the true essence of the message in Matthew 5, 6, and 7, the Sermon on the Mount, if you look at it, the true essence of the law was for our heart, for our inward part, to reflect a godly nature, for our inward part to be a reflection of God's nature. So, literally, for example, he tells us in Matthew 5, verse 27 to 28, but it was said unto you of old, thou shalt not commit adultery. And I say unto you that whosoever looketh unto a woman to lust after her hath already committed adultery in his heart. It was all about the heart. The actions were to proceed out of the heart. If you look at the time when Jesus lived, the true essence and meaning of the law had been lost. The Pharisees were now going on a religious bout without the relationship with God. They no longer had the true essence and true meaning of the law. They had lost it. And therefore Jesus had come to tell them that it's not truly about the outward appearance, but the inner heart, the inner action. For what is produced outside is what comes from the inside. And we learn that when Jesus says, when the Pharisees came unto him and asked him, why do your disciples eat without washing their hands? And Jesus said, it is not what that enters you that defiles you, but what comes out of you. So literally, what was supposed to come out of them was a reflection of what's supposed to be in the inside. However, the reflection on the inside was not there. Therefore, their outward actions produced legalism, pride, produced the work-based salvation. And the true essence of the law, right? Jesus came and he showed us the true meaning of the law, the true essence of the law. And when the Pharisees, right, were doing it out of a works-based salvation, they were doing it to be seen out by people. And in Matthew 6, Jesus tells them, it is not about, you shouldn't practice your righteousness to be seen by other people, but practice it so that your Father in heaven, who sees in secret, shall reward you openly. It was not about being seen by people, but it was practicing in your heart and reflecting it outward, that God would reward you, not to be seen by people, but to be seen by God. The true essence of the law should be an inward reflection, an outward reflection of what's on the inside and not what's on the outside. It should not be backwards, but the reflection that should be on the outside is of what should be on the inside. Therefore, the greatest commandment that Jesus gave us was to love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, and mind. When we begin to love God with our all, we begin to reflect that very true essence of love. Therefore, when we begin to reflect that true essence of love, we become aware of the true essence of the commandments, that it is not about doing the commandments, but it is about having the inner heart to produce the outward action of the commandments. The true essence of the law is about the heart, and love in the Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, and mind. Because when you love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, and mind, it's going to produce an outward action of the love and faith of whom you have it in. Therefore, if your faith is in your own works, you are going to produce basically the righteousness of the Pharisees, and their righteousness, unless you exceed the righteousness of the Pharisees, you shall be the least in the kingdom of heaven. Therefore, the commandments, the true essence of the law, was to be an inward reflection of the one whom we believe in, of the faith in whom we have in. And when we obey the law, it shouldn't be out of a works-based salvation, but out of faith in the one in whom we have in believing. It should be a faith of the one in whom we believe in, and not of our own actions, but in what he did for us. And those actions that we produce out of what he did for us should come out of faith and love. And the very true essence of the law is faith and love. That is the core root of the law. Therefore, when Jesus came, you could notice it was more about the heart, the heart, the heart. Even the second commandment is to love thy neighbor as you love thyself. Love is the very true essence of the law. And it tells us in John 14 verse 15, if you love me, you keep my commandments. And what I'm trying to say is that the true essence of the law, the true essence of the commandments, is to be an outward reflection of an inner love in the one whom we have it in. If we have our inner love set on Jesus Christ, right, our outward actions are going to show it. However, if you're half in, half out, your actions are not going to show it, because you are loving the Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, and mind. You're loving him only 10% on Sundays only. But when you put your full trust in Jesus Christ and love him, the very true essence of the law will become aware to you that it is not of what I do, but what Christ did for me, for he fulfilled the law for me. Therefore, my inner trust in him and inner love for him shall produce an outward action and reflection of the one whom I believe in, which is Jesus Christ. Therefore, the true essence of the law was lost by the Pharisees, that no, it was not about works but by faith. Abraham, like Jesus said unto them, Abraham was you do like your father Abraham in John 8. But Abraham rejoiced to see my day. That's what Jesus says. But Jesus said, you are like your father, the devil. If you are the children of Abraham, you would have done what Abraham did. Abraham was justified by faith, not his works, but by faith. And what happens if you look at it? You are saved by grace through faith, came before the law, because Abraham was justified by faith. The law only came when Moses was there. The law came when Moses got them from the Lord on Mount Sinai. Therefore, faith is the very true essence of the law. It should be an outward reflection of our inner heart, of the one in whom we believe in. And if you look at Matthew 5, it tells us, if you're angry at your brother, reconcile with them. It was all about the heart. Jesus was explaining a lot about the heart. And even with the greatest command, love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, and mind. Therefore, the very true essence of the law should be a root of faith and love in the one in whom we believe in. Therefore, following a law should not be a burden. When you are following it, just like the Pharisees, you become prideful, or it becomes legalistic, where you come to the thought that it is my action that I'm saved. You aren't saved by the law, but you're saved by grace through faith. Therefore, the following of the law, the true essence of the law, the true meaning of the law is faith. Faith. And the reason God gave the Israelites the law was to set them apart and make them holy, just like how he was holy, to set them apart. And therefore, when we obey the commandments, right, it should be out of love. For Jesus says, if you love me, you keep my commandments. John 14 verse 15. Therefore, the true essence of the law is rooted in love and in the heart. Therefore, your outward reflection should be an inner reflection of the one whom you believe in. Therefore, when you're following the commands, it is not of your own action, but through faith. I hope this message touched you all. I hope it blessed you all. I hope you all share. I hope you all subscribe. Please support. Please truly support. And yeah, let's help grow the channel. And may God bless you all. May God look after you all. Love you all. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Love you all. Psh.